We've all been there. It's 2 a.m., you're staring at the ceiling, and your brain decides to play its greatest hits of what if? What if I'd taken that job in another city? What if I'd just said, I love you? What if I hadn't said that one stupid thing at that party 10 years ago? What if I'd been a better parent or a better friend? What if I'd started saving money, learning that skill, or taking care of my health all those years ago? That feeling, that sinking, heavy feeling in your chest, that's regret. It's one of the most common and most painful emotions we experience. In fact, for decades, in study after study, people consistently rank regret as the most common negative emotion they feel. More than anger, more than sadness, more than boredom. Why? Because so many of those other emotions are caused by external events. A storm ruins your plans. Someone else makes a mistake that affects you. But regret is self-inflicted. It's the unique pain that comes from knowing you had a choice and you chose wrong. It's the feeling of being the author of your own unhappiness, and that just plain hurts more. But what is regret really? Why did we evolve an emotion that seems designed to just make us feel awful? And is it possible that this awful feeling is actually good for us? At its core, regret is a counterfactual emotion. That's just a fancy psychological term for what-if thinking. It happens when you compare the reality of what happened with an imagined outcome that would have been better. It's not just what if, it's what psychologists call an upward counterfactual. You imagine a better reality. Your brain literally creates a simulation of a happier timeline. The opposite, a downward counterfactual, is when you think, yikes, it could have been so much worse. That feeling isn't regret, it's relief. Regret is the upward-facing what if. You stayed home. Outcome. Scrolled on your phone, felt bored and a little lonely, went to bed. You went to the party. Outcome. Had an amazing conversation, met new people, felt connected, and a puppy found you. But the key is, regret has two parts, and it needs both. Cognitive. You mentally run the simulation and see a better path. If I had done X, Y would have happened. Emotional. You feel bad because you believe you are responsible for it. That last part, responsibility or agency, is the secret ingredient. You don't regret getting caught in the rain. That's just being unlucky. You regret not checking the weather when you could have. You regret not grabbing the umbrella when you saw it by the door and thought, nah, I'll be fine. You don't regret a stock tanking because of a massive, unpredictable scandal. You regret buying a stock after you ignored all the red flags your gut was screaming about. It's the combination of I feel bad and it's my fault that creates that unique, powerful sting. Now, not all regrets are created equal. Researchers like Dr. Daniel Pink, who wrote The Power of Regret, have found they basically fall into two big categories. First, you have regrets of action. This is the oops regret. This is regretting something you did. Oops, I shouldn't have sent that angry text. Oops, I hit reply all on that email complaining about my boss. Oops, I shouldn't have bought that expensive gadget I never use. Oops, I probably shouldn't have tried to cut my own hair. These regrets feel sharp, intense, and hot, like a fresh burn. But here's the good news. They tend to fade faster. Why? Because you can often fix them. You can apologize, you can return the item, you can wear a hat for a few weeks. And even if you can't fix it, your brain has a remarkable psychological immune system that gets to work justifying the action. You tell yourself, well, I learned my lesson, or it wasn't that bad. Your brain works to reduce that cognitive dissonance to find a way to make peace with it. But then there's the second type, regrets of inaction. This is the if only try regret. This is regretting the things you didn't do. And if only I'd learned that language. If only I'd been brave enough to ask them out. If only I'd taken that risk and started that business. If only I'd finished that degree. If only I'd just gone on that trip. These are the ones that stick with us. They don't burn, they ache. They haunt us for years, even decades. Why? Because the what if is infinite. The opportunity's gone and your brain is free to write 1,000 perfect endings that never happened. That business you didn't start? In your head, it was a guaranteed success. The person you didn't ask out? They were your soulmate. The road not taken is always perfectly paved, has no traffic, and the sun is always shining. With a regret of action, you have the real, often messy, outcome to learn from. With inaction, there's no data. There's only a fantasy, and that fantasy can become perfect, and therefore perfectly painful. The short-term pain of action fades, but the long-term nagging ache of inaction is what truly gets us. So why did we evolve to have this horrible, self-flagellating emotion? If it just makes us miserable, what's the point? Well, regret isn't just a bug, it's a feature. It's a sophisticated piece of mental software designed to help us survive and thrive. Think of it like physical pain. If you touch a hot stove, the pain is instant, and your brain logs that information immediately. Don't do that again. That pain protects your body. If you ignored it, you'd cause massive damage. Regret is emotional pain. It's your brain's way of flagging a bad decision and saying, "Hey, that was a mistake. Don't do that again either." It's designed to protect your social and psychological self. Ignoring regret is like ignoring a broken bone. You can, but it's not going to heal right. Regret is a teacher. It's an alarm bell. It's an internal GPS screaming, "Rerouting, rerouting." It's pointing to a gap, the gap between the person you are and the person you want to be. The biggest regrets people have aren't about money or fame. When you survey people on their deathbeds, they all point to the same 4 things. Connection, not mending that stupid fight with a sibling over something that doesn't even matter anymore. Losing touch with friends, not saying, "I love you" enough. Boldness, not taking the chance, playing it safe, staying in the comfortable job instead of pursuing a passion, not speaking up for yourself. Morality, not doing the right thing. When you saw someone being treated badly and you stayed silent, not being the person you wish you had been. Foundation, the boring stuff. Not working hard in school, not saving money, not taking care of their health. The little daily choices that add up to a life. Regret is basically your own mind whispering, "Hey, this is what you actually value. Pay attention." It's the ghost of your ideal self, tapping you on the shoulder saying, "We're not on the right path. Let's fix this." In the end, a life with no regrets probably means a life where you never took a risk, never cared deeply, and never tried to be better. "Show me someone with no regrets," one writer said, "and I'll show you someone who isn't paying attention." Regret is universal. It's the price of being human. It's not a sign that you're broken. It's a sign that you're growing. It's a sign that you're alive, that you care, and that you're trying. It's not a stop sign. It was never meant to be. It's a guidepost. It's pointing you toward what you value most. So listen to it. Reframe it with compassion. Learn from it. And then take one small action. And then let it go.